the deafening delirium of Energy Solutions Arena and Game 3 of the West semifinals. The Lakers looking to go up 3-0 on the Jazz. Good evening, everyone. Mike Tirico, Hall of Famer Hubie Brown, Heather Cox comes along in a second. The Lakers, the defending champs, took 6 games to knock out a good Oklahoma City team, won the first 2 against the Jazz. And Hubie, end of the last series, start of this, Kobe Bryant's starting to look like himself.
I like it because he's definitely in an attack mode. In Game 1, Mike, strong moves to the basket, foul line down. Right here, he gets the three-point play. Then with the team up 3, they need him to close out the game. Great drive, splits it, and you win the game by 5. Now, on his way to 31 points. In Game 2, once again, attacking the basket, getting to the foul line, and then also shooting a high percentage. Game 1, 31. Game 2, 30. Then also the fact that he's shooting 54% from the field, but most of all, getting to the foul line 18 times, 17 for 18. Beautiful.
That's big. Now for Utah, they knocked out Denver without 2 starters in the first round. One of those starters is coming back, Andre Kirilenko off the bench. More on that in a second. But as we get to our Gatorade, primed to perform, one of the elite point guards of the NBA leads this team and must lead them here tonight.
Well, all-NBA second-team selection. You can see against Denver, he had 5 straight games of over 20 points and over 10 assists. The Lakers are doing a good defensive job on him. He's only shooting 36%, and they've cut down on the assists. They need a big game from him early.
Quickly, the Taco Bell starting lineups for tonight. Around the first-team All-NBA performer, Kobe, it's Ron Artest. Third-team All-League, Pau Gasol, Andrew Bynum, and Derek Fisher. And for Utah, some unheralded players like Fasenko, Miles, undrafted rookie Wesley Matthews, but Darren Williams and Carlos Boozer. Heather Cox, they get some reinforcements off the bench tonight.
Indeed they do, Mike. After missing 23 of 25 games with a strained left calf, Andre Kirilenko returns to action tonight. Now, before the game, Kirilenko sounded anxious, saying, "It's been a long time. It feels like I'm starting over." Now, tonight, Jerry Sloan's plan is to give AK 5 to 6 minutes at a time at the power forward spot to battle the Lakers' size. And Mike, Phil Jackson's well aware of the return and admitted concern, telling me his length and blocking ability drastically changes the game plan when he's in.
Joey Crawford, Dick Bavetta, Greg Willard, Heather, those are the officials tonight. Crawford and Bavetta, the 2 senior officials in the NBA. Off we go with Game 3 here in Salt Lake City. Andrew Bynum playing through a partially torn meniscus in his knee. To Artest, who's had a poor outside shooting series. Rebound by Fasenko.
In order for Utah to win tonight, they have to hold the Lakers to 1 shot attempt. Number 2, get out in the open floor and get some easy baskets. Big thing, come on now, you are doing a great job in offensive rebounding. Keep it up.
Wesley Matthews, the undrafted rookie out of Marquette, long on the 3, and here come the Lakers. He'll be very comfortable with this role, as Stewart and the guys mentioned in the pregame. Last 2 years, they've been up 2-0 and played Game 3 in this raucous environment.
Well, you like the fact that they rise to the occasion. They have 4 great players out there, 4 all-star people. Big thing for them, stay within the triangle offense and get the high percentage shots.
Artest has missed 2 outside shots. Now 1 of 11 shooting the 3 in this series. And stepping on the baseline is Miles. It'll go back to the Jazz.
Well, that's because the post-up man was post-up too low. And when you send that baseline cutter, even if he's open, he's behind the backboard. Main thing right now, hit the post, cut, but have excellent spacing.
Gasol turned it over. Artest fights to keep it alive. Shot clock reset there. And the Jazz bench doesn't like it, and with good reason. Bryant from the outside. Off on the 3, Williams the rebound.
Now, in this series, this is Game 3. That's Kobe Bryant's only 4th three-point attempt. Most of the stuff has been 18 feet and down.
Darren Williams posting Fisher. Fasenko going to the basket. Gasol, and there's the story of this series. The block shots and the length of the Lakers. He'll be 21 blocks in 2+ games.
Well, you have to give them a lot of credit. See, Fasenko, a young kid, only in the league 2 years, and also playing a lot of basketball in the D-League. He's got to finish for you when he's inside of 3 to 4 feet. Now, in Game 2, he was 1 for 7. Now, tonight, that had to be a dunk.
Kobe breaks the scoring seal. Fasenko in his 3rd year out of the Ukraine, only played in 49 games. C.J. Miles from the outside. This guy came right out of Skyline High School in Dallas. It's his 5th year in the league, and boy, has he blossomed in the postseason.
Mike, in this series, he's doing a good job against Zartes. Main thing with Miles, if you're going to take 5 threes, you have to shoot a good percentage.
Lakers have taken a few quick shots here early on. Los Angeles 1 of 5. Gary Williams.
Let's get back to LA. Why the jump shot? You've been dominating in the paint. Your 3 big guys are getting you 46 points a game. And then also the offensive rebounding. So you don't need all along jump shots.
Fisher off the curl misses, but Bynum retees Gasol. The Lakers 1 of 7, and there's going to have to be hustle if Utah gets rebounds. And they get one there with Wesley Matthews, whose dad played in the NBA for nearly a decade, including a couple of seasons with the Lakers. Williams, 3.
Now we asked, will he come out and start off hot? And he definitely is. He said that I have missed an awful lot of open shots, normal ones that I make and shoot a high percentage. I'm glad he's off and running.
Only 35% in the series. An 8-0 run is the game's first foul. It's going to be called down here on Utah.
Now, when you watch the defense, at this end, you can see he's going over the top of the screens. Also, Fisher is going under the screens, opening him up. You can see 2 back-to-backs right there. You continue to go under, he'll pull up because range is not a factor with Williams.
Gasol backing Boozer. Kobe will get beneath the free throw line for the runner and knock it down.
Now that was very difficult. Not only did he have a runner in his chest, he beats the runner, and then he had to shoot up over the 7-foot youngster who was rotating to block the shot.
Heat inside, knocked out. They decided to be a kick and stay down here. Here's what the coaches told their teams pregame in the locker room.
We got to go after these guys with all the energy you got, and then when you're playing, you got to come to help each other. We help each other and play together, and you win the ball.
We've been through a couple game 3s here. We know what it's like. Doesn't mean that you know what the experience is like. You got to go out there and embrace this thing and go after it.
Words of wisdom from 2 Hall of Famers, both of whom played many a playoff game, in addition to hundreds coached on each side. Phil Jackson, Jerry Sloan. Fisher from the top. Williams, great job to bounce it a place where he could get it. No numbers, but a pitch out for Miles for 3.
There you go.
Utah's hit 3 of its first 4 3-pointers here tonight.
Now, Mike, the second shot attempt by the Lakers, they've been getting by tapping the ball back out long. I like the fact that Utah, Deron Williams went for that, and then you get the break and you have a 2-on-1.
Tough cover for Wesley Matthews, who was guarding guys in the Big East 13 months ago, trying to check Kobe Bryant in this series. Miles and Matthews doing that. Maybe we'll see Karolinko on Kobe when he comes in. Williams got bumped, and the first foul on the Lakers.
We told you in a lot of shots that are missed, the Lakers will tap the ball out long. But that time, you could see Williams was hanging out. Once he makes that penetration, the 3-point shot with the trailers will be open in both corners tonight.
After this free throw, Andre Karolinko will come in. He's only played in 2 of the last 25 games with a left calf injury. And listen to the crowd as Karolinko is buzzed in. Ninth year in the league. Only 4 more players have played more games for Jerry Sloan, so he's so familiar with everything Utah does. Hubie, what are you going to be watching for with Karolinko?
Well, first of all, I don't think he's going to take anything long unless it's wide open. He's excellent off the dribble. He's a terrific passer in their half-court system, and then also a very good defender. He was on the all-defensive team 3 times.
Karolinko came in for Wesley Matthews. 6 to shoot. Gasol working on Fosenko.
Nice
Still a
shot.
cold shot here for the Lakers. 3 of 11 Los Angeles out of the gate.
Nice defensive job that time.
Williams finds Miles. That's 3. Karolinko already felt with the impact. A rebound and a reset. And Williams right to Karolinko. who tipped it in.
Now, that's his value right there. Off the dribble, first of all, an excellent passer, off the dribble, and then an offensive rebounder for you at 6'10" with the long arms.
That'll not be the first time that it's hard hearing the whistle in here. Stay down here with Los Angeles.
Keep an eye in the middle of your screen. Now, right there, Kirilenko gets the first rebound. Now, he's extremely active. Once there and goes to the basket. Shot block, there he is. Now he's going to take it, but he's right back up again. A very quick jumper.
Kobe from the outside knocks down the three. So Bryant hits the first three for the Lakers. As a matter of fact, Kobe has knocked down all the field goals for Los Angeles thus far.
An interesting stat in games 1 and 2. Kobe and Gasol are averaging between them 10 turnovers a game.
Pasinko trying to get to the other side of the rim, and there's the problem. You get past one 7-footer, there's another waiting in front of the rim.
Yeah, but Mike, it was behind the backboard. I mean, if you could come out and scoop shot behind the backboard and score, I think you could lead this league in scoring.
Kirilenko blocks Kobe. 7 to shoot. Bynum backing down Pasinko. At the end of the shot clock, Fisher didn't get it off. Shot clock violation as we head to the game's first timeout.
Mike, give Pasinko a ton of credit. He's doing an excellent job either on Gasol or Bynum. He's not getting beat off the dribble. All right, if they take jump shots, fine. They'll live with that.
You got Pasinko. I got Kirilenko.
Not bad. Not
He's
bad.
back.
And you're early going.
And a little spring for Utah here at home. Hey, they got to get game 3 or else this baby's over. Good start for the Jazz as they have a 6-point lead.
Playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by Vonage. Sounds good. And the Sierra from GMC. Never send a truck to do a Sierra's job.
Back on a beautiful 68-degree day in Salt Lake City. The Jazz lead by 6. They get Andre Kirilenko back from injury. Not even close to the same drama, but the same date on this ABC station 40 years ago tonight. The most famous playoff comeback, Chris Schenkel and Jack Twyman were at the mic.
I think we see Willis coming out. There he comes right now. 6'10" from Grambling. The captain of the Knicks, the most valuable player of the NBA. Frazier then slows it down. Is picked up by Jerry West at the top of the post. Reed. Willis Reed. And Reed now is outside. There's his second shot. He is 2 for 2. Willis Reed. We have a new NBA champion.
Well, congratulations. You've offered, I think, the best that the human spirit can offer.
Howard Cosell speaking to Willis Reed, who came in after being injured and missing Game 6, hit the 2 field goals, didn't play the rest of Game 7. Walt Frazier had one of the greatest games in the history of the finals.
That's right.
36 points, 19 assists as the Knicks beat the Lakers for the 1970 NBA title. Frazier had 7 rebounds, too, to go with the 36 and 19.
When you're watching Utah Jazz, they have a different type of an offense, a lot of movement and downstream. They're very active. They put a lot of pressure on their big people to be the assist people from the foul line area.
Kobe missed that. Hubie Kobe is kind of taking the same approach LeBron did in Game 3. Much more assertive with his shot. He's taken 8 already here tonight. Ball deflected by Fisher and out of bounds. I want to tell you a quick story about that Knicks-Lakers 70 game. Phil Jackson was on that Knicks team. He was injured and not playing. And Phil told us a great story I've never heard yesterday. He said in the locker room, before Reed comes out, there were 4 people. Danny Whalen, the legendary Knicks trainer, their head coach Red Holtzman, Willis Reed, obviously, and Phil. As Darren Williams misses, rebound by Gasol. So Phil says, Willis gets on the table, Danny Whalen's about to give him the shot, and what's Phil doing? Phil has a camera, and he takes pictures of it. And Red Holtzman looks at him and says, I don't ever want to see those pictures.
That's right.
Well, Phil still has the pictures, and he was one of the witnesses to the shot that gave Reed the opportunity to play, and one of the great moments in NBA history that we celebrate the 40th anniversary of here tonight.
Mike, both teams struggling with their shot, not shooting a high percentage. Give the defensive rebounding pluses at both ends. Only 1 or 2 offensive rebounds.
Rebound by Boozer, who's only taken 1 shot thus far. Taking 2, missed them both.
Now, they've had 3 opportunities for layups. They're 0 for 3. And these are the things that mount up as you move over the 48 minutes when you play the Lakers.
Gasol doesn't get that shot off, so no other Laker yet to make a basket. Kobe has all 4 of the makes, but he's got more than half of the team's attempts. So what do you think about that, Hubie? A game 3 on the road, and your superstar wants to come out and set the tone early on.
Well, that's fine, as long as he shoots a good percentage and the rest of the people feel that they're still part of the chemistry. That's the biggest thing.
Beautiful roll across the lane by Pau Gasol. Boy, his addition meant so much to Los Angeles over the last 2.5 seasons. It's a 4-point Utah lead.
Well, with Gasol and Bynum, both guys are shooting over 60% in this series. So consequently, you cannot forget about your strength in game 1 and 2 has been your big people. That's why we said not only did they score 46 points, Gasol, Bynum, and Odom per game, but they're giving you 39 rebounds, and they're 11 offensively between 3 guys. Then they're also giving you 8 blocks. You want them to work at the other end, you got to feed them at the offensive end.
Miles from outside missed, rebounded by Lamar Odom. I know Jamal Crawford in Atlanta won the 6th man, but how valuable this guy is to one of the best teams in the league. 3rd best record in the NBA behind Cleveland and Orlando. Kobe's foul before his drive by Miles.
Now, in games 1 and 2, as many times as you can post Kobe, whether it's in the low box of the triangle or whether it's on the foul line extended on the weak side, it's better for you because now he's so quick they can't get to him on the double team and he can explode to the rim. Now, we told you that he made 17 to 18 foul shots in games 1 and 2, and that is a major plus.
Well, his aggression has meant Miles picks up 2 fouls, and a good score for Utah goes to the bench. Odom misses from the top. Wesley Matthews came back in for Miles. Darren Williams, Carlos Boozer, they've made good music together on this Jazz team since Williams was drafted out of Illinois 5 seasons ago.
It's difficult for Boozer to operate low when he has either Gasol or Bynum playing him. It's extremely hard for him to get the shots on the move up over the top of them in the paint. You got to explore this, Mike.
Yeah, Millsap giving away a lot of size. Matthews came for help, but too late. Hubie, Paul Millsap plays his heart out, but he's 6'8", and Odom is 6'10" with the long arm.
Long arm. He can get that shot anytime he wants down inside.
Boozer up at Odom, and there's another shot block inside by the Lakers. Fisher in transition for 2.
They're methodical. They're very methodical. If the break isn't there, they're going to come down slow, and they're going to pick you apart in the 2-on-3 and then on the 4-on-3 type of situation. And then, if they don't have it, they'll take their time and get in the triangle.
They speed inside for Kirilenko for the dunk.
I like what we're seeing from Kirilenko. Not only on the offensive boards, Mike, but he's moving extremely well in traffic without the ball.
Andre Kirilenko, 4 points, 4 rebounds, and Phil Jackson will take a timeout here with 1:30 left in the opening quarter. So he comes back after missing 23 of the last 25 and has a big impact.
Now, Fisher right now, we all know that on the break, you've got to get to him early because he'll shoot the 3 on the move or the long jumper. Now, this is Kirilenko moving beautiful on the baseline area as his man tries to help out.
The NBA playoffs continue tomorrow right here on your ABC station with Game 4. LeBron James took the game over for the first quarter. Now Paul Pierce has to get his shooting going, otherwise the Celtics will be down 3-1. Pre-game at 3. Tip just after 3:30 from Boston. Mother's Day afternoon here on ABC. The 2 head coaches, as we mentioned, are Hall of Famers. Jerry Sloan, who was a terrific player, the original Bull for his early days in Chicago, and Phil Jackson, who was with a couple of teams, including the Nets, and we mentioned earlier, part of the Knicks. This is the first head coach game for each guy. Sloan and Phil Jackson on their way to legendary careers that intersected twice in the finals when Phil was with the Bulls and Michael Jordan and Chicago kept Jerry Sloan from getting that elusive NBA title.
Now, Derek Fisher played here for a season. I like what he had to say. They are 2 great coaches. They are 2 great systems, and the teams rely on the greatness of the coaches to keep you in the system. I like it.
Right.
And they're both different. One is a triangle offense with a lot of movement. The other is a 1-3-1, and then also baseline movement. Right now, give Utah a ton of credit. The Lakers are shooting 36%, and they only have 2 offensive rebounds. Now, why is that big? In the first 2 games, the Lakers crushed them with 14 offensive boards and second chance points.
Kobe's out now. Shannon Brown is in. Missed the outside shot. Missed the inside shot. Odom keeping the trip alive with Fisher.
Now, come on, Culver can't let that happen. You've got to dive for the ball. You were right there. Remember, you know that they're going to tap the ball out, so be alive.
The length of Kirilenko right there. He denied that skip pass by Gasol. And a foul call on Lamar Odom of Los Angeles. His first. You mentioned Kyle Korver here, who's checked in for the Jazz and doubled Gasol here.
Well, you can see the movement defensively by the Jazz is excellent. You never question the defensive effort or the hustle in this building. They're going to be all over making the first rotation and then the second.
Korver to Millsap to the basket. And he's fouled, but I know the guy sitting to my right liked that because he went up strong with 2 hands in the playoffs.
That's right, and he had a chance for a 3-point play. Watch him attack this rim. He's saying, I don't care who you are, whether you're coming for that shot block or not. I'm going with 2 hands to give myself a chance.
And got Lamar Odom with 2 fouls. So that'll bring Kobe off the bench. One more for Millsap. We mentioned tomorrow on ABC. Cleveland up 2-1, taking on Boston. And on TNT tomorrow night, the Phoenix Suns look to sweep the Spurs in San Antonio. Their coverage will begin at 7:30. Tip time just after 8. Goran Dragic last night. Wow. How about that?
That was exciting. Very happy for the young man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the game, the reaction of his peers circling him and picking him up, and it was absolutely beautiful.
Followed by Steve Nash telling, hey, let's not celebrate too much, guys. Let's get ourselves in the locker room. I love that whole scene. I was right there with you. Gasol spins baseline on Millsap. Nope. Wesley Matthews the rebound.
Now there's a lot of pressure on Utah. They're small out there right now.
Darren Williams was a blur going by us and forced Derek Fisher to foul him. That's the uniqueness of Williams, the size and this.
Now this guy is much quicker than you think. A lot of people coming out of college question his speed. That was, Jerry Sloan said, that was the most impressive thing. We never realized he was that quick. Not only is he quick, he has outstanding upper body strength. He's a terrific 3-point shooter, great mid-range guy, and then going to the rim, he can take the contact and finish.
This is that free throw coach. He's a second-team All-NBA performer, and in that series against Denver, playing a guy who's certainly not chopped liver. Chauncey Billups really lifted this undermanned Utah team over the Nuggets.
Now, Jerry Sloan, this is the first time he's had this luxury. He's playing small ball right now with Korver in the backcourt, Matthews up at small forward, and then also you have Kirilenko and Millsap as your 2 biggest guys against Odom and Gasol. You are giving away a ton of size.
And Jordan Farmar has now come in for Los Angeles. Shannon Brown from the outside. He's off. The Lakers have been off from the outside. There's a 1 second difference in the shot clock. And Farmar sees it, recognizes it, and pulls it out to take it to the end of the quarter. Lakers only 7 of 23 shooting in this first quarter. Bryant doubled. Brown stumbled, ran into Williams, and on the rebounding act, we have a whistle as Shannon Brown was covering his head. 3 bodies on the floor, and the foul is on Utah.
Now, that's too bad. That's too bad. Jerry Sloan is very upset. You would have liked to have just seen maybe a no call in this situation. This was outstanding rotation by Utah. Just look at this. They take the charge bump right here. They don't get that. Then, if you're going to say that was a push, that could have been a loose ball foul either way, because you had a hit on a guy who was already down on the floor.
Gasol has been great at the free throw line in this series. 16 of 18 now. Hits the first Laker free throw of the game.
Well, I like what we're seeing. Even though the Lakers are off to a rugged start, they're getting what they want now as they're moving on because they're working through the low post area.
That foul, by the way, was on Kirilenko, his first. 6.9 in the quarter, no foul to give. The speed of Williams sets up Matthews, who's blocked by Artest. 1.4 to go. That's about 4 or 5 shot blocks for the Lakers already in the first quarter.
Now this is a catch, and you can get 1 dribble and a shot. You can get up, but it's got to be quick.
Korver to trigger. It'll be Williams at the end of the quarter. Did he get it off? No. No foul as well, which is what the fans and the Utah bench wants as the first quarter comes to an end. Kobe took a lot of shots early. The rest of the team did not have it. 3 of 16 from the field. Well, Utah scored 23 in quarter one of games 1 and 2. They get 22 here tonight. Well, the two All-NBA performers, first and second team, Kobe and Darren Williams, leading the way for their teams. And after one, in game 3, the Jazz at home lead by 5 on ABC.
Back in Salt Lake for Game 3, joined by Lakers head coach Phil Jackson. Coach, before the game, you told your team they've played plenty of Game 3 here. They know what to expect, but so far, what's your biggest concern?
Well, they're going real hard to the basket. They've hit some threes. All those things better on the home court.
Now, how do you capitalize on your size advantage inside?
Well, they're coming down double teaming us, and our guys have to get the ball out quick. We have to penetrate.
Phil, thanks for your time.
And thank you, Heather, and that's part of the reason Utah with the double teams, not as much from those big scoring. QB holding the Lakers to 17. They haven't had a first quarter lead in the last 5 meetings, regular and postseason.
Mike, the defense has been excellent. The Lakers are shooting 29%. And just think about this now. They have only shot 2 foul shot attempts. They're averaging 31 foul shot attempts in games 1 and 2. So that stat alone is terrific.
Ronnie Price, the backup point guard out of Utah Valley State, is in. Korver with a free look. Boy, he needs that. Kyle Korver is a, can I say great shooter?
Yes.
He's a great shooter, but he's not hit his early shots and he's not getting looks. He needs confidence early on.
The number 1 3-point shooter in the league, shooting over 53% this year. He's 2 for 10 in games 1 and 2.
Kobe knocks down a 3 from the outside. They're going to need to review that. I think that was a toe on the tape, too. That will be reviewed at the next dead ball.
When you look at the Lakers, Kobe is the only player with more than 1 field goal. He has 5 field goals right now. Oh, you got to miss him. They just missed Matthews. He was wide open.
Guarded by Jordan Farmar. Wesley takes him right across the lane. Count it. And 1 for Wesley Matthews.
Mike, they'll run that baseline stuff and post up Matthews, and they'll also post up Darren Williams. Anytime that they get Fisher or Farmar down here, they know no double team, we're taking you strong to the rim.
How in the world does an undrafted rookie end up being a starter in the NBA for 48 games? Well, Wesley Matthews has the pedigree. I mentioned his dad. He's got that intensity. And right from Summer League, Jerry Sloan saw something in this guy that he liked.
Mike, 6'5", a tough guy, a great defender. I'm talking about a guy who needed a basket. Ron Artest was 1 for 10 in threes before he just made that long jump. He was out early here tonight.
Matthews reaching Korver, who took Shannon Brown to the box. And gets 2, so Korver hits back-to-back field goal.
Now, we have 2 coaches here who are extremely cerebral about mismatches. And you're seeing already early of going to guys who have an advantage in the post.
I'm glad you made that point, because not just the coaches, but it's demanded as Farmar misses of the guys who play for them. You have to have a great basketball IQ to play on these teams. Shannon Brown on a dive inside makes it 29-24.
I know Jerry Sloan was very upset about the second chance points in games 1 and 2. And there's another case of that right there. That is their 5th offensive rebound now.
Oh, there you go. Kyle Korver, a deep 3. Hubie told you about this great shooter out of Creighton, who this year hit 59 of his 110 three-point shots.
It's nice to see him shooting free and easy, Mike.
Matthews blocks Kobe, and they're rocking in Utah. Ronnie Price.
There you go. I like the freedom tonight, Mike. They've been pushing hard. They're much better fast breaking in this building. They average 107 a game in this building, only 100 on the road.
Foul by Matthews trying to beat Kobe to the spot. That'll be his first, and here's the block he had last trip.
Now remember, Matthews is 6'5". Now Kobe's got size on him, but out of college, Matthews an excellent defender. Ronnie Price will push the action. Sometimes he'll shoot a little too quick, but in that area, that's an easy range shot.
And it's back-to-back plays by undrafted guys against the defending NBA champions. Farmar missed the 3. Lakers shot is off. Price on the push is fouled by Farmar out here at midcourt. Hubie, the second unit for the Lakers has given up leads. Now, they weren't leading tonight, but the second unit hasn't played well in the first 2 games. Phil kept Kobe with the second unit in game 2, doing it again here tonight.
Well, they have to do it. And also you have Bynum out there. He's not comfortable with the rotations. Now, a year ago and the year before that, years 1 and 2, the bench was extremely productive. Great 9-man rotation. 3-point shooting. Open floor. Great defense. Well, we have not seen it at all this year. It's been up and down.
Boozer, floater.
They need him to go.
Millsap inside. And a foul. No basket. It's a 10-point lead, and remember, at this timeout, they're going to review the Kobe 3 that I thought may have been a foot on the line. But maybe an 11-point lead. Either way, it's loud, and they're on their feet in Salt Lake City. That in a second. I want to take a moment here to tell everybody how the Jazz were built. It's an extraordinary collection. There's only one lottery pick on this team, Darren Williams, Kirilenko, and Kufos at the back of the bench, first rounders. These guys, 2 second-rounders, and Miles and Millsap, undrafted players on the floor of the second unit in Price and Wesley Matthews. And then Hubie, the players who they've acquired from other organizations, 2 by trade, 2 by free agency, but Boozer and Okur were second-round picks. So they really have one lottery pick of their 12 guys. It's amazing and speaks to the system and the work ethic and the guys he has.
Right. It's the coaching staff and then the players coming here and fitting in to the chemistry and then being coachable and then also being accountable. But give upper management, player personnel, and then also your president at draft day making these types of selections. Once the draft is over, free agency, and then in trades, picking up guys who have not reached their potential. That is a talent, and you got to give them a lot of credit here.
Kevin O'Connor, the general manager,
Yes.
a lot of that as well. You see on the board, the Lakers have gone from 24 to 23. Kobe's 3 was put back to a 2 as we thought live. They checked Ron Artest's deep shot, and he had just a big toe on the tape, so that was a 2 as well. So the Jazz have their largest lead of the series here at 13.
Mike, the big thing right now, the bench people from Utah, 17-4 against Lakers. That is a major difference.
Artest pitched it out. Shannon Brown able to knock down the outside shot. Many thought he was just kind of a throw-in in the trade with Adam Morrison for Vladimir Radmanovich. Brown's become a key rotation guy for the Lakers over the last couple of years. Former Sparty out of Michigan State. Good defense here by Brown on Matthews, who goes inside. Couldn't get the putback, and Farmar takes it away. Nobody stopped the ball, and Farmar inside.
Yeah, too easy. Easy at both ends. The guys that are out on the floor right now are not stopping the dribblers, and they're coming in from the perimeter and getting into the paint.
Brown has scored the last 6 points. It's a good matchup here with Brown and Matthews. Kobe gave Korver no airspace to put up a shot. So it's Boozer over Bynum.
Now that's big. That makes him 2 for 6. They've got to get him going. He's such an inspirational guy in the post-up area. If he gets it going, it opens up the cutting routes for other players once the double team comes.
Bynum doubled. Farmar inside. Nice finish. So Farmar and Shannon Brown, Hubie, stepping up here over the last couple of minutes.
Well, these are things that can't happen. If there is a switch, a big man cannot allow a guard to come down in and receive a pass 1 foot from the basket. Come on, you got to play him on a top side or frontal.
Korver just a little space, and he knocks down the 3 over Bryant. 4 for 4 with 2 threes for Kyle Korver.
Could not have happened to a better kid who works very hard at his profession. The building needs it, the team needs it, everyone needs this shot in the arm.
They're doubling Kobe. The rotation comes. Kobe beats it going baseline, and he finishes over Millsap. So he had 3 Utah players paying attention to Kobe. He just slips in for the hoop.
Well, he did that very quickly. He left Matthews standing at the gate.
Again, Boozer on Bynum. He gets doubled. And it's Ronnie Price. Just the outside 3. Mike Tirico, Hubie Brown, Heather Cox with you. Saturday night here in Salt Lake City. It's Game 3 of the Western Conference semifinals. Jordan Farmar and the Laker bench picking up the slack for their second team, which has struggled in the first 2 games. LA trying to join Phoenix up 3-0 in these Western Conference semifinals. as the defending champs have trailed by as many as 13. Back within 7. Millsap will get to the line with a couple of free throws.
Mike, when this guy came in the league, meaning Millsap, he was a rugged rebounder. We know he led the nation, in rebounding for 3 straight years. But the big key is he's very active. He's averaging 5 offensive rebounds in this series. But at 6'8", he'll challenge. He's also improved shooting the jump shot out to 17 feet. So you've got to guard him and, play him clean, one-on-one.
Look what he's been able to do. Let me remind you, over on ESPN tomorrow night, Sunday Night Baseball, Yanks have had a good couple of days up at the Fens to try to knock off the Red Sox one more time, and then they'll head to Detroit to take on the Tigers at Comerica Park. So that's the Yankees against the Sox tomorrow night, the Tigers on Monday night over on ESPN. Millsap misses his first free throw. The Utah lead is 8. Great home team, Utah, again this year, 32-9. The double leaves Farmar free on the left side. Ground travel as we hit a timeout.
The rotations have been quick, and they're double teaming Kobe every time. Once he makes that pass, they close out quick.
About halfway through quarter number 2. Jazz have only turned it over once here in beautiful downtown Salt Lake, and they're +8.
NBA playoffs on ABC. Brought to you by the 2010 Lincoln MKS. Lincoln, reach higher. And Robin Hood, starring Russell Crowe and Cate Blanchett. In theaters May 14.
Back in Salt Lake City, the Jazz leading the Los Angeles Lakers here by 8. Well, there's Kobe Bryant, 14 years in the league, 13 years in the playoffs. And when you're high on any list with these guys, it's special. But obviously more games to play in longer series, so it skews it for the guys from the old days. But still, you got to score points in the playoffs. And Kobe is 5th behind Michael, Kareem, Shaq, and Karl Malone. All-time playoff points scored. And his dad, of course, a big part of his career, his basketball career. And Joe Jellybean Bryant standing by now with Heather Cox.
And Joe was a great player. In fact, is still a great player. Joe, Kobe grew up in the locker room with you at shoot-arounds, was really exposed to every aspect of the game. What do you think he learned by watching you as a pro that's helping him now as a pro?
Well, I think just having patience, and I think he understands how to play the game. I think that's probably the most important thing. I mean, when he was a kid, we talked about him using his weak hand, being able to go left the same way you go right. So I think that's probably the most important thing.
And you certainly are not far removed from the game. In fact, you scored 30 points playing in Italy when you were 50 years old. So where do the Lakers need to improve tonight so far?
Well, I need to sign me to a 10-day contract. I got about 6 points, about 6 fouls. No, but the Lakers are playing well. I mean, they're long, and we just hope that our bigs try to get more involved in the game. I think Bynum hasn't scored yet, and I think maybe Powell has a couple of points. So the important thing for our bigs to get involved tonight.
And we'll get you a jersey, too. Now, Kobe, not just your son, but one of the greatest players to ever play the game. For us mortals, describe the emotions of what it's like watching him from both of those perspectives.
Well, for me, it's easy because I played the game and I understand the emotional roller coaster, I understand the game. For the wife and other family members, it's like listening to Patti LaBelle sing, which is that high note. You just get all excited. But I'm pretty cool at the games.
So far, cool and reserved. Jellybean, thanks for your time. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Thank you.
Heather, thank you very much. He's got the stats down pat because, as on cue, his son knocks down the outside shot. Those big guys of Bynum, Gasol, and Lamar Odom were only 2 of 7, but Hubie, Shannon Brown, and Jordan Farmar carrying the Lakers in the second quarter.
Right now, Corver's got to start paying attention here to Farmar and also Shannon Brown. Anytime that he gets switched out on him, he's got to close them off and stop giving up the 3. Now, right now, Kobe is on fire. He has a good feeling. All right, he's 7 for 12 from the field, and he just has it going big time. Major thing, just like Jellybean said, Gasol and Bynum, they are not getting enough shot attempts. 2 guys who are shooting 62 and 65%. They only have 4 shots between them.
Darren Williams comes to the line. He'll get one more. Amazing is being here. Season tickets 2010, 2011 on sale now Go to NBA.com/tickets to reserve your seats. The NBA, where amazing happens. This building packed as usual. Another sellout crowd of 19,000. Sold out 21 times, half the regular season. And the nights they weren't packed, there weren't many seats to be had.
I like what we're seeing with Utah. They're gotten to the line now. They're 11 for 13 from the line. The Lakers, averaging 31 attempts a game in games 1 and 2, have only been to line. They are 2 for 2.
And the Lakers are over the limit with 4 minutes left in the quarter. Fisher wide left. Darren Williams back. Oh, what a move on Fisher. Bryant keeps it from a Korver open jumper. And in transition, here go the Lakers with Kobe. Spinning on Korver for another 2. So Kobe carrying this team here tonight. 17 points. He has 8 of the Lakers' 18 field goals.
Well, that was just a great deflection, Mike. And then the fact that he ran it down. And then also at the other end ran a beautiful spin move.
Williams going to go the other way. Fisher was crowding him, gave him no space, but draws the foul on his former teammate.
Yeah, Jerry Crawford felt that he reached in. When he reached over, he caught Fisher. And that was Joey's angle. Now keep an eye on it. Now watch how he comes right back into Fisher. So he came right back and caught him with that elbow on the chin. Now, if you didn't get hit with the elbow, you're saying, hey, that was a flop. Okay.
Odom gets the defensive attention, and Brown from the outside misses. Millsap the rebound. So all these doubles are coming. It's up to the outside guys to hit the shot.
That's right. Now the big thing is the old story. Can you continue to shoot a high percentage from that distance?
Boozer misses from the side. Carlos is 3 of 8 from the field. As we dive toward the 3-minute mark here in Game 3. Lakers won Game 1 by 5. Won Game 2 by 8. They've been down 13 here tonight. Kobe stepping back from Miles. 9 of the 19 Los Angeles field goals tonight.
Remember we told you now. Oh, great move.
And Williams fouled. Shannon Brown's looking for the call on Williams, protecting with the left arm, but D. Will's going to come to the line.
Now Kobe, remember we told you, is averaging right over 5 turnovers in games 1 and 2. Coaching staff talked to him, told him, do the pull-up and shoot the long jumper, the short jumper. Now right here, this guy is nothing but a moving motor. He is exploding to the rim.
Stuart Scott in the studio. Time for our Air Force Above the Rim Play of the Night.
Fan page is an effort to win up to $10,000 for the charity of their choice. Competition ends tomorrow, so why don't you log on to NBA.com, cast your vote, support 4 great players and 4 great organizations. Pau Gasol, the Lakers, all part of the NBA, where caring happens.
Mike, the bench play has been very important in this second quarter. Right now, Utah Jazz 21-16 in bench play.
And these guys, Hubie, Brown and Farmar, have done as much in the first half as they did in the first 2 games.
Yeah, I like what you're seeing. Phil is shortening his rotation. They're only playing 8 guys. And then at the other end, Jerry Sloan is rotating 9. Big thing, Utah's been able to stay ahead now because that is their 12th foul shot make. And they also have made 5 threes. Now, it's been a clean game. Both teams only have 3 turnovers.
Very clean, you're right. We should point out, for the people who have not watched a lot of this series or the Utah-Denver series, just a reminder, Utah's playing without their starting center. Mehmet Okur ruptured his Achilles quarter 1 of Game 1 of the series against Denver. And you're talking about a guy who's so versatile. He has the size and the length defensively. There's a 3-point shooter on the outside as Fisher knocks down a 3 to get the Lakers within 4. So that's a big subtraction off the rotation for Utah against the best team in the West and the defending NBA champs. Kirilenko, Boozer, and Millsap up front with Williams and Matthews. Williams going to go the other way.
I see that's a tough call. Now Williams has got to be careful here right now so he doesn't get a technical. Now that's the second time they've run that. Now the other time he got right in and scored. Now this one, keep an eye. Now you got to see whether or not. Now that's a little bit of a flop. There's no doubt about that. So he catches him and then he spun right off of him. Now if I'm an offensive player, I got to say something to Joey also.
Joey Crawford, lead official here tonight. He's worked nearly 260 playoff games. On this turnover, it's on the deck with Matthews and Fisher fighting for it in the jump ball between those two.
Now give Fisher a lot of credit. That could have been a 3-on-1. They were out running hard. Fisher goes to the floor, keeps this alive for the Lakers. This watch here, you get a nice deflection. Unfortunately, they just do not get a clean pickup.
Derek Fisher, 4 NBA titles. In his second tour of duty with the Lakers was here in Utah. And we'll detail the story a little bit later on of Derek Fisher's time here in Utah when his daughter was diagnosed with eye cancer, retinoblastoma. To get the best possible care for her, he requested in the late goes to Karolinko for a dunk. The tip went in the wrong direction for Fish, and Karolinko gets the 2.
First of all, I thought they were going to tap it back into the cup, which was there, and they surprised them by winning the tap and going forward. Great play.
Fisher tries to make him pay on this end. He missed the 3. Derek asked for his release from Utah so he could be somewhere where his daughter could get her best care. As Williams goes right past him for the 2 to extend the lead out to 8. Fisher has ended up back with the Lakers and has played such a pivotal role the last 3 years. Williams called for his 3rd foul, and he can't believe it. Runs away from Greg Willard. Runs to the bench, takes his seat because he knows he's coming out.
Anytime that you blow by Fisher and you get in the lane and score, and he gets the ball, he's going to push it quickly down and take a quick shot, Mike. And there was 1 minute and 20-some-odd seconds to go here. Now, you see, you never foul him in that situation. You just can't. You can't foul a guy. Now, if it was that close, okay, if it was that close and the referee is standing there, the contact could be anywhere from the shoulder down. He didn't have to get him on the hand.
And one of the reasons we point out Fisher's time here with Utah, he knows all the Utah plays. He was also here when that guy, Darren Williams, was a very young player, so he knows all of Williams' stuff as well. And it's a very difficult battle, both physical guards, and, Fisher can get under your skin, so can Darren. And right now the fouls are going against Williams. All 3 that he's picked up have been because of Fisher.
Yes. How about when he came out? They got him at the bottom of the first round. Everyone said, whoa. University of Arkansas, Little Rock. He's only been around 14 years, Mike. President of the Players Association. Just a terrific professional. But most of all, he knows how to win.
Yeah. You see it in little things like that, what you saw here these last couple of trips. He has 8. The Laker guards are keeping him in it here in this first half. 5-point game. Ronnie Price off the bench for Fisher, who deflected that pass, and there's 8 to shoot. QB, the guards have 41 of the Laker 49 points here tonight.
Now that's unexpected, mainly because the big 3, Gasol, Bynum, and Odom have dominated in games 1 and 2.
Josh Powell is coming. Carlos Boozer's going to go to the bench. He has 2 fouls. You think it's to keep him from getting 3?
Absolutely. Yeah. Jerry's in there. Bring in Pasenko, and then not worry about Boozer picking up that 3rd.
So Millsap, Pasenko, Karolinko.
You got to get going here.
2 to shoot. Millsap a step back. Pasenko goes up to keep it alive, and it's going to stay down here, I believe. That was last touched by Josh Powell, who just checked in for the Lakers. Let me remind you, T-Mobile halftime report is coming up when this minute of the second quarter is done with Stuart Scott, Magic Johnson, John Barry, Michael Wilbon. Highlights of Game 3. Have the Hawks shown up yet? And Kobe Bryant reveal. All coming up on the T-Mobile halftime report.
Now this is a challenge right now. Who's your scorer out here? See, they're running the old UCLA set right now. 1-3-1 with the pin down and the cut.
Rice, the backup point guard, 10 to shoot. Matthews, the undrafted rookie, slapped away by Brown, 6 to shoot. Deep 3, Price. Rebounded by Gasol, 36 to go in the half.
Now, the Lakers played that perfectly.
Here go the other way. Kobe working there for position. Call for the offensive foul.
I like the fact, they fought him down in there. And that's what you have to do once he posts up. You cannot let him just receive the pass. See, Karolinko says, hey, I'm going to front him, play him on the top side, and now I'm going to force you to make a perfect pass.
I bet you Wesley Matthews wasn't going to get that foul. Undrafted rookie. Karolinko in the league 9 years. Can get away with a little bit more, right?
Absolutely. Come on, he's an all-defensive player.
5 seconds the difference.
He's got a little rep.
Yes, he does. Game and shot clock. here in the half. Matthews taken away by Bryant, chased by Price.
He's going to score here.
Price grabs him and fouls him. So Kobe will do it from the line with 4 seconds left in this first half.
Main thing is that when you get to this part of the game and you get to this part of the shot clock, whatever at the end of the quarter, you have to understand the percentage play. Now this is a good move. You're going to force Kobe to go to the line. We told you coming into this game, in games 1 and 2, Kobe's averaging 9 foul shot attempts and he's shooting 94%.
20 of the team 50, but you pointed out, Hubie, when Williams got that third, and then he took out Boozer so he wouldn't get a second, what's the first thing you said? Who's going to score for you?
That's correct.
And these last trips have been bad.
Right, you got a lot of soldiers out there, but you don't have the general. You're going to go to close. Now, you have plenty of time here. The main thing is don't waste time in the backcourt.
Kusenko.
Oh, great pitch out.
Kirilenko tried to beat the clock. He threw a lob, and he needed to shoot it. Not going to count, and the half is going to come to an end. 54-40. Utah is going to take a locker room lead after 24 minutes. Here's the play at the end of the half.
Yeah, this is just heads-up basketball. Good kick out. Kirilenko, unfortunately, when the shot was missed, the 4 seconds started.
Here's Heather with Darren Williams.
Darren, you vowed after the first 2 games that you would have a bigger impact personally tonight. How have you been able to do that?
Just staying aggressive. The first 2 games, I just was trying to make sure we ran offense, and I got a little complacent. I didn't stay aggressive, so I just tried to come out and be aggressive for the whole first half.
You also said you were frustrated because it seemed like the Lakers knew your plays and were stopping them as you initiated them. How have you been able to take advantage of their defense tonight?
We just got to. We needed to execute better. They know our players, but we can still do a better job of screening, getting open, things like that. But also, you got to break plays at times and kind of improvise.
Thanks, Darren.
All right, thank you.
He also said he was frustrated about the calls not going in his favor. He picked up 3 there in the second quarter. We've got Magic and Michael Johnson and Wilbon, flanked by John Barry and Stuart Scott. T-Mobile halftime report with highlights of Game 3. Orlando hasn't lost yet in the playoffs, and Kobe Bryant revealed. Pretty entertaining first 24 minutes here in the state capital of Utah, in Salt Lake City. The Lakers trying to go 3-0 on the Jazz. Utah bringing everything they've got. Will it be enough? Jazz by 4 at the break. T-Mobile halftime report is next.